Good day, Cadillac.
With love, FPC.
Welcome to our very first episode. I'm Lexi.
I'm Izzy.
We're excited to launch a new show created by the youth of First Presbyterian Church.
Every month, we will be sharing good news from around Cadillac, introducing you to people in our church and community, and highlighting organizations that are helping others.
Sometimes it can feel like all we hear is bad news,
but good things are happening all around us.
People are helping neighbors.
Volunteers are serving others.
And organizations are making a difference every day.
So we wanted to create a place where those stories can be shared.
That's why we're calling this show
Good Day, Cadillac, with love, FPC. This show is created by the First Presbyterian Church youth.
Let's meet the team.
My name is Izzy.
Tell us something about yourself, Izzy.
I'm a middle school athlete.
My name is Lexi. I plan on running my first half marathon next week. One thing we believe is that everyone has a story worth sharing.
So let's get started with our first interview.
Emma recently met with two of our newest church members, Amy and Will Gulexson.
Let's take a look.
Good day, Cadillac. Today I'm here with Amy and Will Gulexson. Thank you for joining us. I'm Emma and I'll be asking you some questions. First one, how long have you been attending First Presbyterian Church?
I started attending beginning of 2025, and then my mom started coming after.
Regularly, a couple months after that, yeah. About a year.
What first brought you to the church?
Well, we first came to this church because we wanted to see Caleb Downey play, and we loved the Christmas Eve service, and then we fell in love. I was looking for a place that really had the love all of your neighbors vibe, and this one had that for sure. So.
It's definitely here. What made you decide to become members?
Just coming here after a while, we like being involved in the church. We decided to join.
And what's been your favorite thing about the church so far?
It's hard to pick one. I feel inspired each week. Pastor Mike's sermons really help me get through the week each week. We love all the music and it's a beautiful place, but I think the biggest thing is the community outreach and just accepting everyone. That's really important to us.
I can't really pick anything either. All the ministries that I've been a part of have been pretty fun. And then when you come to church, there's always really good music too. The musicians are really good. So I can't really pick one, but those are a couple things that I love.
That's wonderful. And then final question, what would you tell someone who is thinking about visiting First Presbyterian for their first time?
Oh, you should come. You'll be inspired and feel welcome. And it's a beautiful historic church.
I'd say don't be too scared to come in. Obviously, coming to a new church for the first time can be a little bit frightening, but everyone's really welcoming.
Well, thank you for both being here, and we're glad you're part of our church family.
Thank you, Emma, Amy, and Will.
We're glad you're a part of the First Presbyterian Church family.
Our next story focuses on people helping people.
After recent flooding affected families in our community, many organizations stepped up to help.
One of those organizations is the Salvation Army.
I recently visited one of them to learn more. Hi everyone, today we are speaking with Captain Greg from Salvation Army.
Hey, thanks for being here in the midst of all of our flood stuff.
Recently, our area experienced some serious flooding. So how has Salvation Army helped other families with this flooding?
I'll tell you, it was very intense flooding. There's homes that have had 6, 7, 8 foot of sewage in them. Some people's possessions completely destroyed. So lost their homes. Some have to have their homes torn down. So some of the things that we do at Salvation Army to help with flooding is when the flooding first happened, I reached out to our headquarters, our emergency disaster services headquarters. And what they did is they provided us with flood kits, much like this one right here. And it has work gloves, it has masks, it has mops and brooms and cleaner and everything that you would need to kind of clean up after a flood, which was kind of weird because handing people a bucket when their house is full of water is and saying here's some cleanup supplies is just kind of didn't work very well. So we tried our best to get out there with just the message of you're not alone, we're here for you, let us know how we can help you. Instead of us acting like we know what they need, we wanted them to come to us and say here's what we need, here's how we can help.
What are some of like the biggest needs people are facing right now?
Loss of their homes, people lost their belongings, people lost clothing, they lost just their sense of identity. And so some of the biggest needs that people are facing right now are those kind of everyday things. And then we just had a team come in from all over the Midwest, Christian Aid Ministries. And what they did is they helped people that couldn't just get a bearing on how to even start to begin with getting this flood kind of recovery going for their homes. They kind of tore out the guts of the flooded parts of their home, the basement, the walls, the flooring, the drywall, the insulation. They tore it all out. And some people are asking now kind of, okay, what's next? We're trying to help bring that team back. That's going to cost some money.
What gives you like hope in working with like other families?
You know, when they go through difficult times like a flood or a fire, things that we respond to as Salvation Army, first of all, is that we can even be there. The fact that they allow Salvation Army into their disaster, into their own personal, recovery, that we can be there walking alongside them, helping them out. And we can only do that because people support Salvation Army. They come around when we say this person needs a breathing machine because theirs got burned up in a fire or lost in a flood, and we put that on social media. What gives me hope is how the community, once they know the need, they rally around these people, these families, these individuals, and they lift them up.
How can some people help if they really like want to support the flood recovery?
Yeah, they can donate to Salvation Army. We're one of the organizations that have been on the ground from the beginning, making sure that people knew that they had an army. They can donate their funds. If you want to donate money to Salvation Army, it's fantastic. And just note that it goes towards flood recovery efforts. They can also donate to the Cadillac Area Community Foundation, which has a fund that helps support ongoing flood recovery efforts. And they can donate their time and volunteer to help us get all this stuff that's in our building and in our warehouse into the hands of people that need it the most.
Thank you for sharing with us today, and thank you for everything like the Salvation Army has done for everyone.
Well, thank you for coming here, and thank you to Cadillac First Presbyterian Church for all their support and partnership with Salvation Army so we can do the most good.
Thank you for Izzy, and thank you to everyone at the Salvation Army for all they do to serve our community.
We hope you enjoyed learning about some of the people's organizations that are making Cadillac a great place to live.
If you know someone doing something positive in our community, we'd love to hear about it.
Maybe we'll feature them in the next episode of
Good Day, Cadillac, with love, FPC. At First Presbyterian Church, one of the things we like to say is that we're here to share the love of Christ.
We believe that love is shared when neighbors help neighbors,
when communities come together,
and when we take time to see the good that's happening all around us.
So whether you're part of our church, another church, or no church at all,
we're glad you're here.
And we're glad you're part of this community. Until next time,
be kind,
help others,
share the love of Christ,
and have a good day, Cadillac, with love, FPC. And we're out.